Let's take a look at the features in the TD3 software. TD3 is a Windows 10 operating, and it is available in English, German, and Chinese. Let's take a look at the main window here, and up you can see there is the toolbars, which contain the submenus to activate the different features. And on the main window we have on top this field with setup. The TD3 has option that it's possible to store up to 99 setups. And later on I'll show how to make a setup. It's very easy. Here we have a field. This is the operator who has been logged in is shown here, also stored in the database. Here we can put any information which is interesting about the ID of the sample. It could be the type of animal, etc. A field with remarks. Here it's possible to put in additional information, and this information afterwards is possible to edit and store them again. Unlike the other information, this field is editable. Here we can put in information about our customer. Order number is specific here, and the machine, the animal machine who is making the wire, could be interesting also to be able to trace and find out. If we activate this, we will get a printout automatically after each test. Then there is field for filling in the dimension of the wire. It can be HVG or it can be in millimeter, and for rectangular it's also field for both sides. Yeah, let's start with the setup menu. It's possible that to load an already existing setup, and this helps to fill in, because maybe it's only slight modification which is needed. Below here you will see the option that is possible that you can together with together with the measurement you can actually see reference curves, and you can load up to 3 different reference curves. And if you want to see it before you put it in, you can see here is one. Close it, and now I put in, I know number 10 and number 12 is the upper and the lower limit for this type of wire. I put in the start temperature of the oven. I put in the dimension. I put in the temperature for the approval. It means that it can approve or award the measuring if it's without or away from the limits. So here I put in the minimum and the maximum. It means it has a deviation of 10 degrees or a gap of 10 degrees. I would like to show it in DIN mode and use the fixed helpline. So now I'll save the setup, and it will be shown automatically on the screen. And now we can see the 2 reference wire, the lower and the higher, and it means that the operator, when starting a test, very easily can see not only the temperature, which should be within this limit or within this window, but also see the shape of the curve should be within the limits shown on the screen. The next I would like to show is the database. In the database drop-down menu we can activate the search for wire data. We can load reference curves, multiple curves. We can also make a backup very easy of the complete database, and we can also restore an old database if we want. Let's try to look in the search for wire data. If we just open the window, we'll see there is some fixed search criteria, which means that the first one is last 25, and then there is 100, and all the last 100 wires has been tested, etc. So it's very easy to get access to the most common data. It's also possible to use the advanced search if there is a specific wire number, or let's say there is a gap. Let's say that there is a wire number from 50 to 75 or something. Then it's possible in this advanced search to set up the criteria. It is also possible that to search for a number of others parameters, as shown here in this window. Here we have a list of reference wire we have stored over time. It's possible, of course, to view each one of the wire, and this is done by click here, and here we see the wire, and all the data is filled in here automatically, of course, and then it's as I mentioned earlier, it's also possible to update the remarks. It means I can actually see there is wrong spelling, so now we can see we have updated the remarks, but the other field is not possible to change anything. It will not work.